Good though. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hub. Today's episode, we have two special guests. I've actually known these guys for a while now. They're both DJs, so I'm going to have them introduce each other real quick.
What's up? My name is Jaggi. I'm a DJ.
And what's up, guys? My name is Sunny. I'm a DJ as well. A lot of you guys probably know me as Sunlite Soundz from Soundcloud for Panjabi mixes and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
DJ.
He's a DJ. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about like the Panjabi media industry. So just to start off, like, so how did you guys get involved in like the DJing scene and all that?
So let's see. I was probably in like the 6th grade. So my brother, Babu, he started DJing first when he was in college. He went to UCR. Him and his roommate, best friend, he's Sardekar Toboklo, so his name's Pavan. He's actually the reason also I got into Bhangra team mixes, as well as my brother. Pavan mixed for Share Foundation. A lot of LA cats like know that team. My brother had a Bhangra team, so when he saw I was getting better and passionate at mixes, he let me have opportunity to mix for that team. So 5th, 6th grade is where I got into the DJ scene. You know, it was cool because, yeah, like lifestyle and everything is amazing. But more than that, when you have a passion for it and a talent for it, like it helped my brother pay through college. He didn't have to work like a different job.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking it more seriously as a full-time career, but that's where it all started.
That's cool. So for me, it was like, because I'm from Malaysia originally, so I was, so back there we'd go to parties and stuff like that, and we had a family friend who was a DJ, and he was pretty big in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So we'd go for like the sangeets and receptions and stuff like that, and instead of like, you know, being like by myself there or something, like I'd go hang out with him. So that's when it started. Like he would have me DJ like background music, like that's where it all starts. You know, and then like towards the end of the dance floor. But, you know, I never got to the point where I got to start the dance floor because I moved over here. But that's where, like, you know, it all started. Like, it was just seeing, like, the fun. It was about music, too, because I played tabla and stuff like that.
Really?
So,
I
like,
played tabla, too.
Okay, so like...
Tabla sounds.
That's what got me in the door. But that's literally how it was, Jado Mavi, like when I was young and I started DJing. They only had me do dinner music. So I was out there mixing dinner music like I thought I was a
it's like, you know, now like we start dance floors, dinner, we have like a non-stop playing.
Dropping beats like...
but back then we're like, all right, this dinner music, this is my jam right now.
Really? So like what's the difference between like dinner, like I don't know, I'm not sure, like dinner, what do you classify as dinner music?
When you come to a party, right, and everyone's socializing, gathering before you start the entrances or whatever, there's dinner music, you know, social hour music, listening music.
Like that was like love songs and like not so hype like dance floor stuff, but like, you know, I wouldn't be playing like Ellie Munger, let's say. I wouldn't be playing that for dinner music, you know?
Okay,
you
that's
play
fair.
stuff, you know, more mellow. But that's how it starts, and then you get into the dance floor stuff.
Okay, so you were mentioning like Bhangra teams.
Yeah.
I know you do a lot of mixes. Shout out ASAP Bhangra.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll always shout out ASAP. But so
and
like, how did you?
Regiment.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Regiment guys.
So how did you sort of get involved with the teams? Like like you said, you're already involved with the Bhangra team, but like sort of like you mix for them now. Like how does that go?
7th grade, 8th grade, I started making Bhangra team mixes for my Panjabi school. Shout out to Ujjwal. That's where I went, and we, you know, obviously Bhangra was a big thing for that Panjabi school. You know, they covered every aspect, but long story short, we had like various Bhangra teams there. I mean, there was like the senior co-ed team, junior co-ed team. There was the youngins, like the Nyane, you know, they threw all them together. We had like an all girls Gidda team. So I put music together, mixes together for them that point, you know, started like throwing samples in everything. 7th, 8th grade, that's where I started. And then like by 9th, 10th grade, I was mixing for like collegiate teams. So I was helping Share Foundation. I made mixes. Nobody probably knows the team anymore, but Panjabi Swimmer, they were a big team out of USC, all guys team. This was during like the Khalsa Junction days and all that, so I mixed for them. Used to help BMW out here with mixes. Yeah. And then I think soon after, I met the ABC guys when I was in 9th grade, when I was mixing with Surman. I'm still, like, it's crazy. It's made this long of a friendship since 2006 until now. It's 12 years, so all through Bhangra. But that's where it started. And then by the time I was in, like, after my senior year, like my first year of college, people wanted to start paying me for mixes, like other teams. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It helps pay for the bills, college and stuff like that. Like,
so how is it just as a career? Like both of you guys, like you guys are pretty much doing it full time, I'm assuming, or like how is
it's
it
full time for me?
It's full time.
Full time. So like, how is it as a career?
It's good. People don't realize that they see our snaps and stuff like that. That okay, it's party going on.
Dude, no,
it's
I'm
fun.
serious.
It's
I'm
easy.
jealous. I see Sunlight. He goes meeting at this venue today. Like, yo, he's chilling.
Yeah, it's,
and it's literally that thing. Like as a career, honestly, we get categorized as those guys. Quote unquote, those guys. Like, oh, I'm unda DJ karta. Kede comes. I'm unda nu degree nahi hai this and that. I'm actually hoping to graduate soon. I am trying to finish college. A lot of DJs did DJing to pay through college. But yeah, we get looked at as like those guys. But career-wise, it's one hell of a career. I mean, you lose a lot of sleep. And in the Indian community, our culture, in all due respect, becomes a business. Indian weddings are like a part of culture now. And, you need decor, you need food, you need the DJ, you guys need liquor, you guys need...
video, and all that stuff.
These weddings go all out. Photo booth. So career-wise, it's crazy. It keeps me so busy.
Yeah.
I'd be slipping in school a lot because business is that crazy.
And what about for you, Jaggi?
Yeah, I mean, it's busy. Like I was saying earlier, they don't see like the hard work behind it, the long hours that go prepping. Music isn't that easy to get. I mean, it's easy to get, but to know what to get, when to play it, and stuff like that. And the long hours of setting up, breaking down.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, and people like they come to the party. If you were a guest and you attend a party, you attend at 7:00, you leave at 12:00, you're done. First, we probably get there at like 10, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And we leave like at 3, 4 a.m. and then we go back, sleep for a few hours, and then get back up next day, same thing again. So like it's a commitment, and like our community doesn't see it that way.
Yeah, and
even when my brother, it's so right. My brother, I'm sorry, fellas.
It's cool. It's cool.
Go ahead. By the way,
sorry.
He's
a natural.
I know, bro. Like gulti hogi. Like I'm sorry.
But no, like when my brother and I'm not bashing my family. I want all my family to see this, but this is I'm gonna approach this in a really positive way. Back then, when my brother was for sure DJing, like, "Kyun DJ kar rahe hain?" Koi career nahi hundi, like this and that. And my brother knew that, but he also knew that it was a very high potential job. If you're Indian and you want to become a DJ, become a DJ. There's a lot of money to make.
There is.
Seriously,
definitely.
You got it. But you need the talent. We can get into that later too, where jithe competition, it's that serious of a business. Kay uncle auntie jante nahi. Okay, mummy, daddy, John, then it's a business. It's very competitive. It's like if your liquor store is here and your liquor store is here, y'all are competing. Y'all are checking prices. It's literally like that in the DJ business. So having said that, they were like, no, kyun karna? Fir dekh le unhone ke kinne safal nikle apan. And they were like, wow, you guys actually, now my family, like it means the world to me. They all salute me for it. My mamas, both of them, they'll be like, how's it going? They ask like questions that I enjoy answering. So, but it's a career, like, I mean, honestly, just like modeling, music making, anything. It's not your typical ABC career, lawyer, doctor, engineer, stuff like that. So, but it's possible to prove. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard. Like when you start out, when I personally started out too, it's hard to convince the family. They want, like, our Indian community, they want our kids to be doctors, lawyers, engineers.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, if we have talent for something else, passion for something else, I guess it helps that we're living in America, that our parents are sort of like open, like they, they're willing to consider, like, let us pursue something else. Yeah. But
we have a really like cutthroat career, man. For Panjabi DJs, we
deal with a lot. We deal with a lot.
Sometimes the guys want to beat you up.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
It is that sometimes.
It's a talent in its own. I don't think people know like the intensity. Chalo, Bollywood gig, we pretty intense one. We do Bollywood gigs. I do Pakistani events. He does too.
We both do everything where Indian music is concerned.
Our
basically,
favorite for sure are the Pangra nights for sure. Shout out to Tinder for
calling us every year.
And the Pendu parties, like I mean, where people are coming up to you asking for songs that came out this past week.
Or like a day ago, they want it at the party.
And that's because you guys are so involved in it, which is so cool. Which is like, well, actually, that led to me to a different thought. But before I get to that thought, you guys were talking about it in our community, like the connotation of Punjabi DJs versus American DJs. Like for us, it's like, oh, that I don't even know that many American DJs, but like they sort of had that content. Oh, like DJ Mustard or something, you know, like they're like, oh, this DJ is like
Mustard,
you know, like stuff like that. Just the connotation of it to like our community. It's like those DJs are like DJs. For ours, they're just Panjabi DJs. You know, I don't know if that's true. If you guys feel that way, but that's how I see it sometimes.
Punjabi DJs have become artists.
Yeah.
When Hans knew they closed.
Yeah.
Even Slams.
Shout out DJ Hans.
Shout out DJ Hans Ustaji and shout out Slams. Look at Hans Slams. Look at there's a few other.
There's guys from Toronto, Frequency guys. You know, KSR, J Static,
Decibel
DJ
guys.
It's like building your own brand.
Yeah,
it's like a brand.
The Decibel guys, they're becoming artist DJs, and that makes me proud for our career. I mean, I'll put this out there. I consider myself an artist-based DJ. Mera bhi Soundcloud hai gaya. And actually, I pulled gigs from SoundCloud, and I'm like, what the heck? How did this end up coming to that? But yeah, there is Punjabi DJs. There's like those, like DJ Hans. He walks into an event and people Snapchat him. They're like, yo, it's DJ Hans.
Can we get it? I mean, I've personally been there. You know?
I've seen you working with him lately too.
And you know, it's good. I mean, it's a lot of learning. That's, you know, compared to where he is, like, I'm nowhere, you know, so it's a lot of learning from him, and he gives really good advice, personal level. I've got to know him as was first business, and then I got to know him as a friend really good, and
he's one of the most humble guys.
One of the most, for what he has, like the following he has, probably one of the most humble guys you would ever meet.
And like DJ Hans, like I remember me in middle school, or like probably early high school, I was like, damn, that's DJ Hans. I remember I went to a party, like exactly what you're saying. I was like, damn, that's DJ Hans. But like lately, like since like not college, but I would say my junior year of high school, later on, I just saw so many more Punjabi DJs just start rising.
I would say he started the trend.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
I would say that.
He really, I was in 6th grade, so okay, I'm gonna throw my age out there. I'm 27 years old, so I guess burde ho gaya pa, but horn lag gaya. But I knew about Hans, bro, when I was 11, 12, 13 years old, bro. And I remember at the Yuba City Nagar Kirtan, he'd hand his mixes out. And I remember I just known him for the longest time. So, he really learned that consistency is key.
And funny story about him is he didn't actually start off DJing. He started off making music. Like, not making music, I wouldn't say, but he started remixing.
Mixes, yeah.
He started with that. And then he got into DJing. And his story, how he got there, you know, probably not the best person to share it. He can share it for himself. But he did a lot of hard work, definitely.
Bring DJ Hans to the Hub podcast.
Let's do it. I'll tell him.
So you're saying, so like what's, like to an average person, what's the difference between remixing and DJ? So honestly, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like gig wise. Like,
so like, are you talking like studio DJing, like how we put SoundCloud mixes out versus live DJing?
Yeah, because he was like, before he just started with remixes, then he went into DJing.
Okay, so
like, well, how do you distinguish just remixing from being a DJ?
So right now, putting out these remixes is a marketing mechanism into getting yourself exposure in our community to show you can DJ. You know, every time I release a bass in Bhangra, I swear to you, I get an inquiry.
Fire. Check it out.
I get an inquiry and someone's like, hey, Sunlite, by the way, I was wondering, you know, are you free this day? Like, mera cousin da vyah ho raha or something, you know. Some DJs start as live DJs. And
that's how I started. Yeah. I did parties. I mixed live, learned you know, beats. Like that's where I really learned beat counts and stuff like that through live DJing.
Beats per minute.
Beat and, you know, 4 bar, 8 bar, 16 bar. That's that sort of things too.
That tension, the competition.
Nah. And so from there, and now I'm starting to get in. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm learning. You know, I'm learning, and you know, he's helped me out. Hans helped me out. A lot of people have been helping. We've sort of like surrounded ourselves with people that are not about like, you know, keep it all for myself. Like share, and I'm willing. I share with him. He shares with me. I share with Hans. Like we all share with each other, and he shares with other people too. So it's let's help. Like we have the mentality like let's help each other grow. You know, I can't take all of this with me. There's you know, there's enough food on the table for everyone, basically. Yeah. And that's why I think like we're really good. Like we clicked really well.
Yeah, of course, bro. Something's trying to go live real
quick. We don't get that much activity, but But yeah, it's literally that thing though. It's not a protocol like how to start. It's more so, I started remixing and live DJing at the same time. Maybe studio DJing staggered by 2 years prior. You know, 2 years after, maybe I was getting serious into it. But I really feel that here. I'm gonna get this at an angle so it looks good. But I really feel that any Indian DJ that puts out remixes on SoundCloud, there's such a big demand for it. You'll get gigs.
And he pushes me for that. You know, I'll give him credit. He pushes me for that. He'll call me. You know, maybe not a lot of cuss on here, but he'll call me.
It's okay. Don't really.
He'll call me and he'll be like, "Yo, where's your mix? Blah blah blah," and stuff like that. Like, why aren't you doing it?
Mix was fire.
And then you know, like Hans will like do the same thing. My team, you know, they're like, So it's about teamwork. It's collaboration gets us somewhere.
So 2 things now. So first, I'm gonna talk about ask you guys about sort of the teams that you guys work with. So you're with Fusion, you're with iDJ. So how did that come to being? And then sort of like we already talked about how many DJs there are. So like what kind of competitive edge does that bring? Like you said the liquor store thing. There's liquor store here, there's liquor store here. So explain that competition and like you guys work together. You guys are different DJs, right? Yeah. So first talk about like your guys' team.
Everybody stay in here. Thank you everybody for joining. Sare de rao te galba suno. And as you have questions, do put them and we'll at the end we'll answer them.
Sunny's on the live, by the way, so he's just making sure everybody's involved.
So I joined Fusion, I think 2015, I want to say.
And they were already established.
They were already established, you know. So I joined them originally, and then through them I met him. I actually met him at I think we met at gigs before, but we really got close at one of the punk nights that I attended. And that's where our friendship sort of took off. And then, you know, it happened to be punk nights or kicking it in the Valley or kicking it in OC or going to like, you know, Friday night out or Saturday night out with the boys. And sort of that's how basically our friendship became. And we sort of shared the same, like, same like thought process. Like, you know, like I said earlier, like I can't take everything. He can't take everything. No. So we sort of like, let's open it up for everyone. That's why, like, you know, when we do punk rock nights, for example, we do it together.
Yeah.
Because I can do it by myself. I'd kick ass. He can do it by himself. He'd kick ass. But when we do it together, you know, when we do it together, it's just like a different edge. Like, you know, UCI, everyone who's attended UCI knows.
UCI is one of the, and no bias intended, we got love for all the banquets, but
UCI is the best. Hands down.
I'll be honest, I remember DJing that banquet years ago, and I mean, attending that banquet, I used to come with the BMW guys. Shout out to Bangladesh Most Wanted. I performed there with them when my rare days of dancing, 2000 and let's say 13. I want to say 2013, 2012. So like 6-7 years ago, I was attending those banquets, and holy cow, that thing was insane. You want to do partnership?
Yeah, that's
live?
what I'm doing. Accept the request.
All right, then. But
so yeah,
but also like you guys don't understand, like these guys, they're talking about these banquet stuff,
CLS, Sunny, Hanji,
the banquets and stuff. But these guys, they don't do it as a gig. They're always just like, that's right. They're always just like, yo, this is what. Well, we want to do it for free, pretty much. They're like, give us what you can.
Into your own life, Hanji.
And that's what they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And like, shout out to you guys for doing that, because they're just in it, like doing it for us. And like they know we're student-based organizations, and they're just like, dude, give us what you can. And like I just want to thank you guys for doing that.
So just kick me out of it, if you don't mind. Just kick me out of it.
I kicked you out of it, boy.
Okay.
Boy. By the way, guys, let me know if you guys can hear me okay, because I have the phone propped up. I hope I'm not covering the mic. Thodi experiment sorry. Yeah, anyways, back to the lecture at hand. You left off at.
I left off at Pungra Nights, and then he was saying like how we did it all together. And
my favorite part about it is that we do it for free. That's what I wanted to add. So I don't know if this is sidetracking, but one thing that's very big for me as an artist DJ is, and why I say DJs are now artists, is they're looked at as public figures. I would say DJ Hans is a public figure. Slams is a public figure too, and I gotta give Slams his shine too. Amr Gill.
Dolly.
Yeah.
Heard of that.
You know, and I'm for sure gonna hit him up with this too and let him know he's really inspiring, because I've known him as a Dolly for all live teams, and then now when I look at him, I mean, this guy is taking flights to gigs left and right. Hans taking flights to gigs left and right. Having said that, like I see that we have an influence in our community, and yeah, I feel bad. Like, I know you guys do like samosa stands on campus and stuff. Like, I don't want to charge. Like, this motivates me to get all my own equipment, everything, and do it for the community. I really want to bring the community together. That's where, like, I used to do these Pangra nights alone, like the Riverside ones and stuff, and that's where Jaggi had came along. And I was like, okay, you know what? Me and Jaggi will do. We're both from SoCal, and we'll both do it. And he gets the call for a banquet. He calls me. I get the call for a banquet.
That's exactly what happened to me. I hit him up. He goes, "Is it cool if I bring Sunlite?" And I was like, sure." And that brings me on to my sort of next point was like that whole competition thing. You guys are like two of like, I don't know for me, but like our age group, you two are like the two of the biggest DJs for SoCal. Definitely like in our age group.
Thank you.
No, it's true. Like when we think about a DJ, we're like, oh, I see there's Sunlite, Jaggi in our SoCal area. Mm-hmm. So like, how do you guys go about like that competition? Even NorCal, like just in general, the whole DJ scene.
I don't see any competition.
Yeah, it's not really a competition.
It's unity.
He gets gigs. I get gigs.
There's honestly, like when I was saying earlier in the interview, like when I was like, yo, if you're Indian or if you're not even Indian, you want to come into the Indian event DJing business, there's a lot of money to make. There's a lot to go around. There's so many weddings out here. I kid you not, there's probably like during Memorial Day weekend, big like long holiday weekends, I'm saying there's probably 25 weddings that happen in Southern California in one weekend that are all Indian. And actually, I'm going to say on that span of that week, like that week going into Memorial Day weekend, you bet you there's at least 50 wedding events going on.
Yeah, it's a lot. And there's one date in April in particular, we've had discussions about it and stuff like that, where there's more events and not enough DJs to do it.
Really?
It's a
So for us, it's like if I'm, I have DJs in the company, once I get an event, I go ahead and call the other ones. And, his boss also calls me like shout out to Sandeep, shout out to Fusion Soundz, that's where Jaggi's from. His boss knew me. My story's weird. I'll get into that, but his boss is always giving me toll gigs. And it's not even his boss. He treats them all like partners. It's dope how all this is running, and he gives me DJ gigs. We all help each other out. Live video ended.
Chalo. But yeah, I mean, we all help each other out, and then at the same time, like, it's not happened a lot. I would say that shouldn't say thank you. Like, it doesn't create a problem, but like sometimes it happens where he gets a call for the same gig and I get it, and
it's just all the toss of the quarter.
Yeah, it's like I quote them my price, he quotes them his price. If they go with him, they got a good DJ. They go with me, they got a good DJ too.
Okay. So that's interesting. That's actually really
So and if he gets that gig for that day, let's say next. I might get a call 2 days later for another gig for that day, and mera bhi paisa ban janda wa, like it's not a.
And that's the best part is if we all can, and in all companies, there's a lot of companies that are dope amongst one another. Shout out to and Vic D. I want to mention him. He's the guy. If you ever heard the it's your boy Vic D.
And his mixes.
He's tagged on and mixes. So like Asya nostalgic, and he's gonna laugh. I'm gonna make sure he hears this too. He also used to have a podcast, by the way, the Vic D Show.
Wow.
It was really dope, really interesting. I'm always in support of these things. So he's the one who like also helped me out into DJing. I used to DJ right from 16 to maybe 18, 19. I think 18, 19-ish, 20-ish. And then like I stopped. I used to be stubborn back then. I was like, I hate setting up. I hate driving. I was stubborn. I never took it seriously. We had family business. I helped the family run that business. And, then it sold. And then I tried to get into something else. My brother landed me a 9-to-5 desk job gig. I lost my mind.
Those are the worst.
After that job was over, I came back into DJing full time. I want to say 2016, 16 or 15. I don't know where time is gone. And, before that, though, when I quit DJing, I used to work for NFP. I learned all my, I'll go ahead and say I do MC a lot, a lot of events and stuff. People know me as an MC as well. I learned how to MC from, come to our city, Sonny. I learned how to MC from Itesh, actually. His name was Itesh. He was the guy who owned NFP, still does. And when I got back in, though, I was like, throughout those years I took off, I became an artist DJ. I wasn't DJing events, but I was making mixes on SoundCloud. All my Pangra team mixes, everything. Just a year ago, I started putting out my mashups, and people are loving those.
Yeah, they're good.
And that's what like it comes down to, like I was saying earlier, and I want to say this over and over again because it's something important.
Hey, what's up, Cher?
He has the talent, but he also learned from people.
Mm-hmm.
I have talent, Mari Moti talent hai gi hai.
What's up,
And I also learned from people. It's not like, I know everything by flick of
Wrist.
flick of the wrist. It's not like I know or like snip or whatever we call it. Snap. There we go.
It's okay, guys. He's from Malaysia.
I just said Korea.
Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. So that's what it comes down to. That we all learn from different people, and like he said, he learned from Hitesh. I learned from Sandeep, Hans. So I even shout out my boy Raw. I learned from him a few things too.
Shout out to Raw.
He does good things out there in Modesto area.
I'm gonna be honest too. Again, like it's very evidential. I hope Raw doesn't kill me for stringing the story this way, but it's a major compliment to him. I did not know about Raw until Bruin Pangra last year. We all partied together.
We all partied together, yeah.
A, he's that guy where you meet him, you feel like he's a brother for life. B, he came from Hans. Like I knew him through like Hans' family, and Hans' guys are great guys. And this guy works hard. He's doing the necessary marketing that's needed. He's putting out the mashups. He's hustling. These guys are hustling. So Raw is one of those guys that if you really want to get successful in it, he's really successful right now.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like it's this career that we've chosen. It's not no like okay, as like we're gonna DJ for 5-6 years and we're gonna leave and done. No, like we put our heart. We put our heart, mind, and soul. Like
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a creative thing.
Yeah.
Like you guys are putting for myself, I'm putting my time into this. Like
that's why we appreciate it. Yeah, like it's good. Like you have to find something that you're passionate about, and you have to pursue it. That's something I believe in after doing this in DJing and stuff like that. That if you're really passionate about something, let's say you're passionate about being about medicine, then yes, go all out, be a doctor. But if you're passionate about music, then go all out. If you don't want to be a DJ, be a producer. Do something. Yeah. What you really want to do. Don't
do things because you love doing them, and that's what I learned from DJing. I never thought DJing was going to be my full-time job. I had a backup plan after my 9-to-5 job was ended, and I was like, if this doesn't work, honestly, I was like, I'm going to start driving for Uber and Lyft and get through college and see where things go or, what it takes. Thank God that never had to happen. And a lot of DJs helped me. Vic D helped me. Scorpio helped me. Even Sandeep from Fusion Sounds, the person who owns the company Jaggi works for, he helped me a lot. Hethel from Kumba, he's probably not even going to watch this. He helped me a lot.
So many shout outs, man. Somebody has
for where we've, or like for us, where, whatever level we're at, there's been a lot of people behind us that has pushed us there. And we don't forget those people, basically. I was
going to build upon that, sort of connections, right?
Yeah.
So you guys have so many connections. Just before we started this, they were telling me, oh, we can hook you. They were just...
RBS is in the house, by the way. What's up, RBS?
What's up, RBS?
RBS, don't worry, bro.
Stay tuned.
Legit, that's actually really weird timing because that's what
we were talking about him earlier.
Exactly what I was going to, the connections thing.
There you go, connections.
So he was Ellie Munger connection song.
Nostalgia.
Shout out Ellie Munger. Video page.
But pretty much, I was saying connections. So these connections are getting you guys in link with some big name Panjabi artists. Yeah. Just recently, you DJ'd for Sidhu. Shout out.
He
remixed at the San Fran concert and Sacramento
concert.
Shout out to Karma, California as well.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Krish.
Shout out DJ Krish. They murdered it.
And that was an experience, honestly. I got to DJ open up for him, and it wasn't just him. Amar Sandhu was there. Shout out Amar Sandhu. AR Paisley. Not a lot of people know about AR Paisley, but he's a good guy. He's got good talent, and he doesn't do Punjabi music. He does the hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
So it's worth giving him a listen. But overall, in that journey, what I learned was it was a blessing. It was a blessing to be there. But also talking to those guys and stuff like that, you really learn that there's always people that are gonna hate on you.
Yeah.
And he knows about it. There was an incident in the Sacramento show. We're not gonna talk about it because we're better than that. But
you mentioned it, you freaking drama queen. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, the people are always gonna hate. Hate is always
and I was watching, I think Sidhu's interview, or I think I was watching Ellie's interview, and they said that, and actually in Sidhu's song Legend too. Yeah. It's your haters are your biggest fans. Mm-hmm. They always on top. They always want to know what you're doing. So. We just try, and that, coming back to the Sidhu show, it was a blessing.
It was good.
I got to MC, introduce him both times, And
It's a big deal. Sidhu's the biggest movement style artist in the game right now. Don't
shout out
at
Big
me.
Bird and Sonny Malton too.
Super duper huge shout out to Big Bird and Sonny Malton. They got a movement going right now. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, Brown Boys.
Yeah, I don't even know these guys personally, but I gotta play. I mean, I got Big Bird songs that like. This guy's talented.
Dude,
he knows the sound.
he knows
He's
this.
made beats for French Montana.
Yeah.
My cousin Raj, he showed me Big Bird 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, say, like I found out about like Brown Boys
Can't.
in like middle school. Like I was just like, I was surprised.
he was the one who got me. Him and shout out Karan Dio. You know, they both got me on Big Bird. Like, you know, he showed me a couple of stuff.
He got us.
And
on
like
that.
I told Big Bird when, you know, I had a small conversation with them, told them, you know, it's because of this guy and Karan that I know about you.
Yeah.
And then obviously because of Sidhu and then, you
Yeah.
know, songs like that. But he's got a different sound than what we're normally used to hearing in the Punjabi music industry.
He finished the idea, you know, like Ajgal, you know, since we're at the topic, music has changed and progressed, yes, in the last 10 years.
It's a good progression.
Bird has came in
It's
and
a different-
finished that idea because, you know, when I come back to the thing saying, you know, it's a movement, the last movement I remember is when we used to buy CDs for Bhangra music, and there was Jazzy B, Sukshinder Shinda, Aman Hair, Jyoti Tillon,
Amrinder Gill.
Amrinder
Gill,
Gill.
yeah.
They released albums.
Best scented music ever.
Yeah.
They released albums. It was actually very industrialized for its time. And once the CD craze went out and the online craze became big, that's where albums weren't coming out. Singles were coming out. And as music and sound progressed, as auto-tune became more acknowledged, and as you know, hip-hop became more influenced, and more westernized sounds became influenced in our music, in our Punjabi music, emerged the Sidhu Moosewala movement. A lot of people were trying to do it, and from what I've studied about Sidhu Moosewala as an artist, he does his homework. You listen, go watch, follow him on Snap, and he's snapping like Tupac, Biggie, Tech Nine, Wu-Tang Clan. Like, I know he's doing his research, and he finished that idea. A lot of artists failed at doing the gangster music idea. I've always produced, and I've always tried to do something like it.
But it's hard. It's not easy.
Even sorry.
It's not easy to do what he did. You know, he started like in, maybe some people know that, some people don't know this, but
So
he started writing. He started with writing.
Ninja.
Yeah, for
With
Ninja.
Ninja.
His first song was with Ninja.
Yeah.
Then he did songs with Ellie.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of our favorite songs. You know, he wrote it, Cadillac.
Yeah.
You know, so you know he started there, and then he decided to go.
He
singing
finished the idea. He made a movement, and now look at them. There's a really these guys are in the news.
But with that comes like that negative
Oh, of
negativity.
course.
Right?
Oh, of course.
Even for myself, like my mom
And
was like,
even, by the way, I have to say, Ravi RBS, he finished the idea in the picture, that movement. He made that sound. Surjit
We'll
Khan.
get to that. Going on Ravi
But the
and
image, huh?
Ravi and Big Bird, I would say they are the two best producers in North America right now for Punjabi music. No one comes close to what Ravi does.
North America, I
and
think Sirf Ravi Hega. I don't know anyone else.
Big Bird?
There's
He's Canada.
United
America.
States, then yeah.
Okay,
so
United States, Ravi, hands down.
North America, yeah. I mean, Big Bird is there. Big Bird got some heat. I mean, there's this song Tere
Intense,
Yaar Di
though.
Gal Baat. Intense. I think Intense. I heard moved to LA.
I don't-
This is
I don't
Intense.
know.
He's
okay, I like Intense.
He's
good,
awesome.
he's
I'm
good.
There's a lot of
Intense.
talent. Ikwinder Singh.
Ikwinder's
dude,
the
he's
kid.
good.
The kid's actually from
Snappy.
India, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Snappy
is good.
Also is one of my
Snappy is
favorite
good.
producers.
The Young Guy Signature by SB.
Signature
He
by
is good.
SB is dope.
Game
But-
Killers.
Game
Game Changers.
Game
with-
Changers. My
With
bad.
all
Raja.
these people,
Raja.
and with all these artists that made this new movement, yes, there's a lot of, you were saying,
Negativity
there's a
that
lot of
comes with it.
negativity. Just like how I said, DJs are those guys. Think about it on the higher scale of these guys. By the way, at the end of the first topic we did about DJs being those guys, the career thing, we're not those guys. Uncles
We're
and
not.
aunties.
Yeah, we're
very
actually
good guys.
good
It's a
people.
professional
They
business.
know off the interview. They're gonna know.
Yeah,
They're like, who
the
guy?
Kona Saryanu.
Yeah.
But now coming into how, now these guys are judged. Sidhu Moosewala, when he ended up on the news in Canada, gang violence has become,
Exactly.
A big thing
new
in South
culture
Asian
in the
community.
streets
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Canada.
I have something to say about it. It's not the music
Jaggi's feeling passionate.
Yeah, because I've actually.
This is what Jaggi wanted to come here to talk about.
Yeah, because I've actually met this guy, and after meeting him, after talking to him and talking to Sonny Malton and Big Bird, you get the feeling from these guys that they're just catering to the demand that's out there.
Yeah.
They're nothing like that. Like, Sidhu is probably the most humble guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah. And we got the question. Sidhu Musiala or Karan Aujla?
So
we'll get to that, but he's super nice. And it doesn't come down to the music. It comes down to the people who are listening to it. Like, use your brain. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like same with my similar situation. Like for my mom, I was like, I told you I was going to the Sidhu concert, and she goes like, no, I don't want you to go. She was like, yo, he sings bad songs. Like he sings about guns, like gang violence, like all this. And I started to explain to her, I was like, Mom, he just says like he's catering to the crowd. That's what we like. I was like, Mom, I like that type of music. Like he's catering to me. Like.
Yeah, I'm just fooling around. But that's the thing is he is judged as that way. But here's what I want to add. Here's where I want to put my 2 cents in on it. Before the Musiala movement, there have been songs like Panga Sade Naal Pa Na Tu Variya Si Chak Dunge Chak. One of my favorite songs by Aman Hair.
There have been like other gangster songs.
Dorlian Chajan.
Yeah.
Even some jazzy songs.
Panga by Daljit.
So here's the thing about that. We watch movies with gang violence. Al Pacino and The Godfather, Scarface, Narcos.
Even Panjabi movies.
And I know a lot of good people that are watching these shows.
Even Bollywood movies are, violence and stuff like that, killing this guy, killing that guy.
As much as people are going to say, oh, that's cringe if you say that, it's art. This is artwork.
Art.
These artists that are making these songs, even if you look at Ravi RBS, sometimes I go to a studio the night before he's going to a shoot and he's like thinking of the whole storyline. They're saying, shout out to Shar S. He is also, these guys are working hard to make a product.
It's not easy. It takes a lot of work, and people don't appreciate that when they see what the artist puts out.
Yeah,
they don't appreciate the hours that goes behind that.
There is going to be judgment. Why? Because we come from a very conservative culture and conservative community. So I've learned to grow and accept it. We were talking earlier. About how there's haters and stuff. They're motivators. Whatever they are or can be, you can't think about it. मैं भी बहुत कुछ सुना मेरे बारे, of course.
We've all heard. I've heard it.
Sunlite Soundz is trash, right?
As Ajmi says, I'm overrated. He's my best friend.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, guys. Like, everyone's gonna have the opinion. ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਬੰਦਾ Lamborghini ਖਰੀਦਦੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਬੰਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਫਲ ਹੋਇਆ, God bless him, he worked hard, he's inspiring. ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ he's an a-hole. Look at him. Who does he think he is, pulling up to Target looking all fly? Some people will say that, but ਸਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆ, ਹੈ ਨਾ? So I've learned. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. I used to let people's opinions get to me. Now it's like, chalo, you know what? If they think negatively, maybe ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ. So it happens.
That's sort of what we talk about this kind of stuff, and we try to improve. But sometimes it's just like going back to the Sidhu thing, and even it's sort of
Dilpreet brother-in-law is in here right now.
What's up?
And he's my homie, and he hates me because we never go. We were supposed to visit him that SAC weekend too.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, love you, Harman.
So yeah, like going back to that, there's always gonna be people that bring you down, no matter how successful you are, no matter how good you are. There's always going to be people that bring you down. And sometimes we learn from it. We listen to it. The constructive criticism is good. But if it's, BS shit, then,
Paji, language thodi.
Yeah, excuse me, sorry. Sorry.
It's okay. No worries.
I'm just messing with you. But
that's the level we have. Like, we do that kind of stuff,
Opinion maadiyan milniyan, opinion changiyan bhi milniyan. I know a lot of people, too, that are like, Musiala, gand paati unne, this, and you know what? It's all, he's a very smart guy. If you listen to
He's an engineer by profession, if I'm not mistaken.
Very smart
people
guy.
Don't know that, but he's an engineer.
Yeah, he went to school with actually one of my friends. Like,
and now, here's what's crazy where music progresses. I just wanted to stay on a side street of this. Music has progressed so intensely with all of this. You know why parents and stuff think this? Any beef, it never was like the last beef I remember, and people listening to this, maybe they might laugh, is Jazzy B and Banny A.
Yeah, that's been some time.
Now it's somebody asked on the live just now. Hopefully they're still there. Sidhu Moosewala or Karan Aujla, and I'm gonna tell you something now at this point, and I'm gonna keep it completely 100. And I don't know how much trouble I'll get in for saying this, but मैं प्यार नाल बोल रहा हूं. It's all out of love. If you asked me Sidhu Moosewala versus Karan Aujla a year ago, I was gonna say Moosewala, hands down. Maybe 2 सालों का time हो गया, I would say Moosewala, hands down. Why? Because Moosewala had that idea, that concept that he was completing. Shelby by Moosewala. The Moosewala Bolnia, I don't know the names. I don't know.
It's called Bolnia. It's just called Bolnia.
Bolnia. The things he says in his songs, like Vadde Jo Sitar Rati, Dar Dar Uthde Ne Jado Jata Ethe Kalakari, like his lines are catchy.
And there's like they hit.
It's Narkanu Kare very sandbaldiye. Like he made a really catchy thing. Now moving on, if you ask me now, completing my thought, Karan Aujla or Sidhu Moosewala, Karan Aujla's worked hard. And you can hear it in the music now. He's gotten better as a vocalist. You know, he's made a dope track like Gunshot. Now what happens is there's so many politics.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
There's so many politics. And a lot of it is some real-ish. You know, I've heard a lot of inside stuff, and I don't think it's my place to say it. But at the end of the day, I do say Team Moosewala just because there was one thing he did as an artist, and this is where I really said the movement has been created. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you know, in the hip hop beef, you got an artist dissing someone. Drake came back the next day, dissed him back, right? Warning Shots was that song, right? From what I know.
Yeah, that was his reply.
He bounced off that quick. And that's where that movement is it's crazy. The beef is what's now.
I mean, it's simple. I mean, you know, we're all Panjabi here. You know, we all agree that we have a little bit, you know, warm blood, like
ego type thing.
It's not ego. Yeah, we're not like ego, but like we have that like I wouldn't say fighter sort of attitude, but we have that kind of blood.
I did watch Moosewala,
and so you know, if someone's gonna diss Moosewala like that, then he's gonna respond. Like he's not no coward too. You know, he's gonna come out and be like, "Yo, what the fuck."
It's that thing about Moosewala, like sometimes it's too good to be true, but it makes me happy that Change Insan Haji, you know, are on this planet.
He's really hands down, man.
Okay. So you're Team Moose?
I would say I'm Team Moose, but I wouldn't.
But out of respect in the industry, Karan Aujla is very
doing
successful.
Good stuff. He's doing good stuff.
Is there.
I like both their music, to be honest.
Then that's like
I like both their songs.
I'm wearing this brown boy sweater, but honestly, it's a draw. I love both of them.
Yeah, and I don't want to look like a wussy, like donne side the area. Even though I was like I'm Moose, but why I have respect for Moosewala, he came back a day later with Warning Shots. That's nuts. That's honestly, hate to say it or not, music culture. This is the society movement of music.
Yeah, so.
But I'm not here. I'm no expert. I am a fanatic of the industry. You know, I get to somewhat work a part of it. And I'm a big fanatic. RBS Ravi, he used to show me WhatsApp messages from Moosewala a year and a half ago. Inna pyar na bolta. I was like, wow, this is tight. Ellie, I got to meet Ellie Mongert. You know, biggest controversial artist. That's probably the nicest artist I've ever met. I'm not going to name other artists, but I've met them, and they're no Drakes. They're no J. Cole's. They're no Nav, but they act like it. You know, je pani di bottle unanu green room ch na mille too. Yeah, je green room ch unanu pani di ek bottle na mille, they throw a fit. And why? Because you get 1,000 likes on Instagram, whatever. Jo vi hai na. At the end of the day, I met Ellie.
That's how Sunny be feeling. Sunny's like, I get 1,000 likes.
No, I don't get it. Half of them probably fake views.
But Ellie nu mile asi na pehli gal. So when Ellie came out, I love this guy. He's such a spontaneous guy. Lives his life day at a time, and it's dope. And he's successful in whatever he does to fund this movement. He does, but he flew. I found out the night Ellie booked his ticket. I think he left from New York or something. Ellie nu aa raha si. Ravi called me and he was like, "Yo, gaddiyan tayar kari." So, you know, I don't know, people who know me, they know menu gaddiyan da bahut shauk hai. Whether it's, you know, foreigns, exotics, classics, you know, JDM. And so, you know, 5-6 gaddiyan si tayar kitiyan si. We went to the shoot, you know, and it was crazy. We pulled up and they were like, whoa, you know, they're here. The first thing he said, he was like, thank you so much, Tarda, you know, tusi gaddiyan nu, you know, arrange kita sade li. He, you know, the first thing he did was thank us. You know, he actually cared about talking to us, getting to know us. Very nice guy. He laughs a lot. he's just enjoying life. So
I mean, like, you
real.
look at his, I don't know how many people follow him on Snap, but
his
life is on there, and, you know, it's...
His life. He snaps his life.
It's basically, like,
the real
carefree.
Harmon, by the way, said about Karan Aujla and Sidhu Moosewala, they don't got beef that far to that extent, and he said he can, like, confirm that. Harmon, you still in here? Let me check if that fool's still in here, but I thought that was an important... He is. That was probably something important to mention.
No, we support both sides.
Yeah,
but
I mean, look, you do a party, right? Like, I'm looking at this topic from an objective point of view. I do a party.
Mm-hmm.
I played Rimba's Changer.
That's my jam, dude.
It is. That's our, like, we started Pangra night.
And then you have to play.
We started Pangra night with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can play Rimba's Changer. It works. You can play Uchi Changer. Okay, relax.
Relax, Holmes.
And then we play, you know, Uchiangal, now it works again. Like, you know, people like their stuff. It's just, you know, too personal beef. Then
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, people shouldn't, like, like,
bound to happen.
Listeners shouldn't pick.
They
shouldn't pick
the
sides.
Topics that are being discussed in songs, like, you know, now talking about guns is more popular. Talking about, like, Meri Mandir ne Teri Mandir nu Chak Lena and stuff. Like, you have, you know, substance usage is now being talked about in songs too. All artists are talking about them. You got more provocatively dressed women in music videos. Punjabi music, Indian music, media industry, jo bhi kauna has changed so much from 2000 to 2019. I'm saying we used to wait. I used to go to Zeba Music on Pioneer. On Pioneer Road when the new Jazzy B CD came out. There was Planet Bhangra. There was
Folk and Funky.
The Dole Beats International mixtapes.
DBI. They've been in this game.
I still play some of their mixes.
They're
hands
so
down,
good.
DBI.
I remember I bought their CD. It was like 3-part CD.
Yeah.
Part 1, part 2, part 3.
So, I mean, it's crazy, like, how much our culture has advanced, our music has advanced or progressed, and a lot of people aren't happy with it. A lot of people are enjoying it. You know, people, don't kill me, but that are probably a few years older than me, where that generation ratio goes somewhere else. They might not like the new Moosewala and Ellie and Karan Aujla, Deep Jandu, RBS movement. You know, they're like, gangster. It's a movement. You know, if in movies there's a villain, in Ganes there's gonna be the Mandir Chakme, this and that, Khadku songs. There's going to be. There's also love songs. Moosewala puts out really good love.
I mean, look
my
at Chosen.
Favorite song
right now is Chosen.
My favorite song on Moosewala's PBX10 album was I'm Better Now. Straight up.
Hey, Sidhu.
Like, straight up.
Hey, Sidhu.
Yeah, the skit was dope,
too. I was
too.
like, hey, Sunlight.
Yeah. No, but I swear, dude, I'm Better Now was
banger.
A hell of a piece.
Yeah.
It was good. And, you know, even, like, last year, he released It's All About You. Or was it 2 years ago? He released It's All About You on Valentine's Day. I think if I'm not mistaken. This year he releases Chosen. And the LA show, he came out with Chosen. And people went nuts.
Can you believe that an artist started his thing with a slow song? That's movement, bro.
That's movement. Yeah.
So, you know, and people, like, want to listen to it. Like, so it's not that he only sings, you know, gangster stuff. He does other stuff. Some of his songs have a good meaning to it, but it's just, you know, people see it the wrong way. And like I said, it comes down to the person listening.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you enjoying the song? All right. You don't got to go out and start fights. So, like,
it's artwork, man. It's subjects. It's real life situations. You know, it's unfortunate there's circumstances that, you know, people see and witness and experience in life, and that gets put into songs. And some circumstances are love, some circumstances are ladai.
So do you guys have any other closing points, topics, or anything? We're going to try to wrap it up in a little bit.
The Hub podcast is the coolest thing out right now.
That's true.
We're going to make sure that loka ne nu support karniya. And closing out topics is that, you know what? Let's continue being who we are as people, as we want to be. Like I said, you know, it took me a lot to convince my family to be a DJ. Now they love and respect me for it. There's always going to be negative feedback you get from people. You got to embrace it. Music has changed, and I think we should just accept it and move with it. And we have the choice to not listen to something. And one thing I want to put out there is when I say that movies have had these type of things where, like, you know, there's gang violence, gun warfare, video games and stuff, we have to make control about that to everything. not just music. Fine, it's unfortunate there's negative influences spilling in, but we have ways to monitor it out. You know, we all have a choice, listen to it or not listen to it, you know? I see amazing Dil De Bahut Change people listening to like Musiala, but it's a sound. At the end of the day, music is a sound, it's a feel. And yeah, I mean, things will be judged, but we all gotta work hard and be who we can be. I don't believe in giving into the hate. I know I just made this all about me. I'm a chitter chatter person.
Yeah, this guy can talk.
You guys were naturals though, straight up.
Honestly, I drove here and I was like writing down my thoughts. My kadi interview kiti nahi, and
Yeah,
I'm at this point.
Yeah, it's like
Loka ne menu bo help kita. I mean, now I release bass and Bhangra mixes, and I don't really hit. I'll send people the mix, but I won't tell them, hey, tusi Snapchat te jaake story post. Like, I really don't do that. Mm-hmm. And it just comes about it like that. So things, it takes a lot of hard work, but it's possible. You know, I want to help out people as well. When I heard your movement about this, it's a really creative idea. I want to just briefly mention a few people like Fulcari Company. Mm-hmm. I love that movement. I was going to wear it today, but...
they're going to be on the episode in a few weeks.
I'm really excited for that. Shout out to them. The girl that is running that company, she's amazing. And then you got people like Jeremiah Janda, Ravi RBS. He's dope. Even I have to Ashu, J-Dev Music, Boy in the Valley, very talented producer.
Yeah,
we call him Mamaji. But closing points was just we live in a very
like Drake said at the Grammys, we're playing an opinion-based sport.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, we play an opinion-based sport, and that sort of it affects us. Anyone that's in the music industry in general, no matter you do weddings, no matter you do club parties and stuff like that, you play an opinion-based sport. We play an opinion-based sport. Yeah, we can't make everyone happy,
dude. I mean, I'm talking like big DJs, even us, like we spin our heart out, but they'll still be, we'll hear it, like they'll tell us they're not gonna, nahi, itna si hota hai, I mean, mara si.
And it's always that one person that doesn't enjoy that has the most to say.
And that's the thing that brings you down the most.
But this is the most beautiful part about what we do. I swear, this is the most beautiful part.
But you see that 90% of the crowd on the dance floor, and you're like, all right,
I can't,
I'm doing it.
Maybe I have to like thank some people for me thinking the way I'm gonna say I think, but I really owe it to like my family. I was raised in a very amazing family, humble family, very religious family, and it taught me a lot of values. And the one thing is, loka ne hamesha cheejan kehniyan ne, they're gonna always say like, Sunny's a DJ, like munde naal na tu vyah kari kyunki munda DJ karta, it's not, but DJing changed a lot. For me financially in my life, put me ahead, has me helping my family now. It feels great. It's a business, you know, and anything becomes a business. Some people are carpenters and their shonk or their hobby is, they love building homes, building furniture. That becomes a business.
Yeah. Big businesses.
I mean, when people say that, oh, okay, I'm a DJ karta, let's not give him a kudi or whatever. My boy's getting married this coming year. Shout out DJ Krish, getting married this year.
Oh, phone taken wala si.
He's getting married this year, and he found a good girl. And their family's happy. It's okay with him, DJing because the income is there.
I don't get a lot of luck with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're in the
Daku Sounds.
Yeah,
I'm not. No. Aunties love.
I don't know about that.
Anybody watching?
Yeah,
hit them up, guys.
Rando.
No, but byaani karnu baithe hain.
I'm messing.
Wo kaam karna hai.
Yeah, we got some stuff coming up next year.
But closing statement, big thank you to Hub Podcast.
Oh big thank you to Hub Podcast for having us out here.
So much, like for the past year, I've been hitting these guys up, like just constantly we grown, like hanging out and stuff. But they've been helping me. They helped a lot with this type of stuff too. They were like one of the first supporters. Like, dude, let's get it. They're the first people to share.
Love you guys, man.
Love you.
That's about it.
Shout out
from
to
us.
UCI.
Thank you. That's about it from us. Thank you guys. Catch you guys later. Bye.